a bicycle repairman. That's the hero of the story that started all of this. A Norwegian stop-motion film made with puppets about a bicycle maker who builds a racing car in his barn. Nobody believes he can do it. The world laughs. He builds it anyway. A boy in Sweden watched that film and quietly decided it was about him. His name was Christian von Koenigsegg, and in 1994, at 22 years old, with no engineering degree and no manufacturing experience, he founded a car company with one goal: to build the fastest car in the world. Not a fast car, the fastest car in the world. To understand how absurd that was, you have to understand the landscape he was walking into. Ferrari had been building cars since 1947, Porsche since 1948. McLaren had just finished the F1, widely considered the greatest road car ever made. These were companies with hundreds of engineers, decades of experience, and the resources of global corporations behind them. Christian had a trading company that bought and sold frozen chicken. He had made some money. He had $200,000 from the Swedish government's technical development board. His father became an early investor, and he had a complete, almost irrational belief that none of it would be enough, but that he was going to do it anyway. That belief is the entire story. The first serious problem arrived almost immediately. To build a car, you need an engine. Koenigsegg had arranged a deal for an Audi V8. The deal fell through. He pivoted to a flat 12 race engine Formula One derived, extraordinary on paper, sourced from an Italian company called motor.mysteries. Contracts signed, handshakes exchanged, and then the founder of motor.mysteries died. The company collapsed overnight. The engine was gone. This might have been the moment most people quit. Christian didn't quit. He found a way to develop a supercharged V8 in-house, a decision that would ultimately define everything Koenigsegg ever became. But the money was running out. His wife, Haldora, was personally calling suppliers, begging them, quietly, not to file for bankruptcy. Koenigsegg owed creditors the equivalent of 240,000 euros. Some months, she was asking them to just wait. A little longer, please. They waited. In 1996, the first Koenigsegg prototype, called simply the CC, was driven in public for the first time by Swedish racing driver Rickard Rydell at the Anderstorp circuit. Then it went to the Cannes Film Festival. The reaction was immediate. This was not a toy. This was not a concept. This was something real. The CC8S arrived in 2002. Koenigsegg's first production car. Only 6 were built. But what it did matters enormously. The CC8S walked into the Guinness Book of World Records and took the title for the most powerful production engine ever fitted to a road car. 655 horsepower. It beat the McLaren F1. A 6-car Swedish startup had just outpowered the greatest road car in history. Then, on the 22nd of February 2003, the factory caught fire. A dishwasher short circuited in the kitchen. The fire spread through the roof, which, it turned out, was insulated with hay. The building burned badly. Production halted. This is where Christian von Koenigsegg made a decision that tells you everything about who he is. He didn't scale back. He found an abandoned military airbase in Ängelholm, in southern Sweden, 2 vast fighter jet hangars sitting empty, and he moved in. The base had belonged to a Swedish Air Force squadron with a strange reputation. They flew dusk missions, taking off at twilight, landing under cover of darkness. The people living nearby could hear the jets screaming overhead, but never see them. Locals called them the Ghost Squadron. Their motto was 4 words: the show must go on. Koenigsegg adopted the Ghost as their logo. It has appeared on every car they have ever made since, and the show went on. In 2005, the Koenigsegg CCR went to the Nardo test track in Italy, and on the 28th of February, it set a new Guinness World Record for the top speed of a production car, 241 miles per hour. The McLaren F1's record, which had stood since 1998, was gone. Christian von Koenigsegg had done exactly what he said he was going to do. He held the record for 2 months. The McLaren F1 team, motivated by suddenly losing their record, reran their measurements with better instruments and reclaimed it. The CCX followed, then the CCXR. Koenigsegg kept building, kept pushing. By 2010, the Agera arrived a twin turbocharged 5-liter V8 producing over 1,000 horsepower on biofuel, 960 on regular pump petrol. The 0 to 300 kilometers per hour time, 21 seconds. Then came 2014 and the 1-to-1. 1 horsepower for every kilogram of weight. Exactly. Koenigsegg coined a new word for it: the world's first megacar, a car producing 1 full megawatt of power. 7 were built, not 700, 7. Every single one sold before the car was officially announced. The question by this point was no longer whether Koenigsegg could build something extraordinary. That question was settled. The question was simpler and far more dramatic. How fast could this actually go? The answer came on the 4th of November 2017 on a 12-mile stretch of Highway 160 just outside Pahrump, Nevada. 8 months of planning, 8 months of permits, insurance negotiations, and conversations with the Nevada State Police. A section of public highway closed for one day. One car, one driver. The car was a customer's Agera RS, belonging to a man named Mark Stidham. 1,360 horsepower, running on a standard set of off-the-rack Michelin road tires. The driver was Koenigsegg's test driver, Nicholas Lilja. 2 runs, opposite directions, within 1 hour. That's the standard format for a production car speed record. It removes any advantage from gradients or tailwinds. Just the car, just the road. Run 1, 271 miles per hour. Run 2, 284. Average of the two, 277.87 miles per hour. GPS verified. The new production car world record. The Bugatti Veyron Supersport had held it since 2010 at 267 miles per hour. Bugatti, owned by Volkswagen, with billions behind them, with hundreds of engineers, with a century of brand history. A company that started by selling frozen chicken just drove past them on a public road in Nevada. Today, Koenigsegg builds its cars in those same fighter jet hangars in Ängelholm. The Ghost is still on every door sill, every badge, every car. The old military runway is still used for shakedown runs. The company has grown. More engineers, more models, more ambition. The Gemera is a 4-seat family hypercar. The Jesko Absolut is being built around a theoretical top speed of 330 miles per hour. 330. That record has not been attempted yet, but it's coming. But sit with something for a moment. Koenigsegg is not just a car company. It's not just about top speed numbers. It's not just about horsepower. It's about one person who watched a film about a bicycle repairman and decided the world was wrong to say it couldn't be done. Every time the money ran out, he found more. Every time an engine supplier collapsed, he built his own. Every time the factory burned, he found a better factory. And every time someone else held the world record for the fastest production car ever built, he waited. Then he drove past them. The show must go on. It always has. If you want more stories like this, the ones most channels walk past, we've got them. Subscribe if you haven't already. No filler, no padding, no 30-second intros. Just stories about extraordinary machines and the people who refuse to stop building them. We'll see you there.